Hi, movies review here. Today, I am going to explain a Chinese comedy drama film called You Are Not Alone. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Ziwei is a 27-year-old man who has never been in a relationship. He practically lives at work because coming home to a girlfriendless house is dreadful. Moreover, he has no family, relatives, or friends, which makes his life terribly boring. On the morning before his 28th birthday, Ziwei's boss calls him to the office and fires him. His reason is that Ziwei's sad life makes the other employees sad and decreases their productivity. Ziwei begs him to reconsider since he shouldn't be sad on his birthday, but the boss says being unemployed at 27 is better than being unemployed at 28. In the evening, Ziwei goes to a bar to drink. On either side of him are couples enjoying their time together while Ziwei complains about his life to a bartender. Suddenly, a group of robbers barge in and hold everyone at gunpoint. They order the people to call their close ones and ask for ransom. Only when the other person delivers the money will they be let free. Everyone immediately calls their parents, friends, partner, or spouse. But Ziwei is stuck. An hour later, the last person pays the money and leaves, but Ziwei is still on the ground. Even the robbers feel bad for him and lend him an ear so he can talk about his problems. The robbery somehow turns into a therapy session as they help Ziwei with his emotions. They even contemplate giving him some of the money they collected, but then, the police arrive outside. The robbers bring Ziwei outside at gunpoint to find out that he was the one who called the police. They realize they should have never trusted someone as lonely as Ziwei, but it is too late. In the following shootout, all of them are killed. Ziwei tries to walk to the policeman when he slips on a banana peel and ends up in the hospital. His loneliness becomes a drawback one more time when the doctor asks his guardian to sign a consent form when he has no guardian. But then, a miracle happens and a pretty girl comes forward as his girlfriend and signs the papers. Ziwei recovers in no time after being treated and returns home, without thanking the girl. He sets up a birthday cake for himself like he has been doing since his parents' death 10 years ago. Suddenly, he hears a knock on the door, and opens it to find the girl from the hospital on the other side. Unused to talking with women, Ziwei closes the door on her face. The girl forcefully pushes it open and introduces herself as an insurance agent named Angel. It turns out that before their death, Ziwei's parents signed him up for a program where if he is unable to find a girlfriend until he is 28, the insurance company will provide him with one. They knew their son had no game ever since he was 8 years old. Angel shows him a magical ring that is supposed to turn an object into a girl. That way, Ziwei can choose any item in his room and turn it into his girlfriend. She will already know everything about Ziwei, so he won't have to do much to impress her. He can even use the ring for a trial and confirm his purchase only when he finds a girlfriend of his choice. In the evening, Ziwei is in his bathroom when he accidentally drops his soap. It immediately turns into a girl named Soapy who is obsessed with cleaning. She tries to help him bathe, but Ziwei is too shy to let her. He pushes her out the door and Soapy comes across a trashed room. A while later, Ziwei comes out of the bathroom to see his place is the cleanest it has ever been. At night, they sleep together, but Soapy accidentally pushes him off the bed. She follows him everywhere he goes, obsessively cleaning everything he touches. Ziwei meets Angel and complains that he would prefer a thinner girlfriend. Angel judges him because of the comment but reveals that he should use all of Soapy to get rid of her. Starting that day, Ziwei showers every hour. When Soapy begins to complain that he is not dirty, he goes to play football with the neighborhood kids. Although he rolls on the ground more than he plays, it does the job. After the match, Soapy is so eager to clean him that she insists on going to the public shower room where all the other players are also present. While she lathers Ziwei with soap, the others think they are doing something else. Ziwei comes out a while later and a guy makes fun of him for having an overweight girlfriend. Suddenly, Soapy comes out of the shower looking entirely different than she did a few minutes ago. She has lost weight because of the frequent showers. Ziwei finally starts liking her as a girlfriend and doesn't want her to disappear anymore. To keep her longer, he stops showering altogether. A week later, he meets Angel again and tells her about his problem. With time, Soapy has become frustrated to clean him, but he doesn't allow it even though he stinks. At night, he returns home late, hoping that she is already asleep. But Soapy catches him with a bunch of new soaps and body washing, and she accuses him of cheating and runs away. Outside, it is raining, which causes her to disappear into bubbles. A heartbroken Ziwei goes to Angel again. She makes him understand that he can now choose an object that he has a connection with rather than a soap. With renewed motivation, Ziwei returns home and chooses his goldfish as his next girlfriend. It turns into a beautiful Japanese girl who doesn't understand Mandarin. She also has a memory of a goldfish, which means she cannot remember things for more than 7 seconds. Because of this, she often tries eating sushi from the fridge and forgets who Ziwei is. To solve the problem, he writes his name and relation on the girl's wrist so she would always remember him. This helps them communicate for a few days, but one morning, she accidentally wipes it off and runs away from the house. Ziwei sets out to look for her and finds her eating in front of a stall. A crowd has gathered around to watch her eat several plates of street food. When Ziwei tries bringing her back home, they stop him. In turn, he attacks the people who retaliate, unlike his normal self. Then, he films a video of them together, talking about their relationship. He also starts to vlog their daily life so she can watch it later and remember the things they did together. But as days pass, Ziwei becomes tired of being the girl's mother rather than her boyfriend. One night, he draws a heart on her wrist and turns her back into a goldfish. He meets Angel again the following day and tells her that he wants an edgy girl rather than a soft one. The perfect object for that would be a knife. Hence, he throws his knife to the ground, which turns it into a girl. She is just what he wanted and the complete opposite of the goldfish girl. Right after coming to life, she says that she wants to go out because the indoors are stuffy. The three go on a walk but are stopped by a group of thugs. The knife is quick to fight them and chase them away with her sharp moves. Ziwei is a little intimidated, so he agrees to whatever she says. She makes him drive her to a neighboring town, which is her birthplace. It turns out she is emotionally attached to her manufacturer, who used to own a knife shop but now sells fish. She sees him using another knife and gets jealous when he calls it the best one he has ever used. A heartbroken knife explains to Ziwei that she can never love him as much as she loves her manufacturer. In the end, he transforms her back into her older version and leaves her near the fish shop. A while later, the owner notices her outside and takes her back home. At night, Ziwei meets Angel again. She is frustrated that he doesn't like any of the girls, which is blocking her from getting her commission. She thinks he is too picky for someone who is so desperate to get a girlfriend. Ziwei in turn reveals that it is difficult for him to talk to girls because of something that happened years ago. A girl who he thought was his girlfriend accused him of harassment for touching her hand. On reaching home, Ziwei throws random objects to the ground and creates several girls to test if they are compatible. However, the cactus plant hurts him, the coffee bin is too energetic, and the Russian doll creates more girls than he wants. In the end, he decides to turn his phone into his girlfriend. Since the phone knows everything about Ziwei, he believes his next girlfriend will be the one. It transforms into a sophisticated woman who can read Ziwei's mind without him saying anything. Right after coming to life, she orders him food from his favorite place and sets the table just how he likes it. She can help him with anything in life because she is also the smartest object in the room. That afternoon, they go to a restaurant to have lunch. While they are at it, Ziwei's former girlfriend who broke his heart also arrives and sits at another table. She brags about her rich boyfriend to Ziwei, which the phone doesn't like. So, She hacks into the girl's phone and texts all her current boyfriends. They arrive at the restaurant in no time and her secret is revealed in front of everyone. The gesture makes Ziwei fall in love with the phone. When they return home, she makes him sit by her side and plants a kiss on his lips. A while later, he falls asleep and it is revealed that the phone is an evil object. She has come to life to make Ziwei's life a living hell for always abusing her. He played with her until her battery ran out, kept her in the toilet for hours, always dropped her around, and abused her thoroughly. All this is because she didn't have the power to say no. She wants to make him feel the same pain that she and the other electronic devices face on a daily basis. Hence, she steals his ring and converts a speaker, a magazine, a robot vacuum, and a first aid box into people. They join hands to perform a surgery on Ziwei and turn him into a device that will follow the phone's order. When he wakes up, he can hardly move. The first aid box confirms that they have attached a device to Ziwei's heart, which means his body no longer belongs to him. Meanwhile, Angel is stressed because Ziwei doesn't like any girls he gets. She texts him if he has made any progress and gets a reply saying that he wants to confirm the phone as his permanent girlfriend. Alongside the message, a picture of him and the phone is attached with a filer over it. Angel knows that Ziwei hates putting animal filters over his pictures, which makes her believe something is wrong. At home, the phone makes Ziwei work on her command as he did with her for so many years. When it gets dark, she brings him to a huge storage unit to find more objects that can be turned into useful humans. She wants to create an army of things and take over the world. When Ziwei is left alone, Angel pulls him aside, having found the truth, and followed them to the place. She tries to run away with him but is caught by the phone. Under her influence, Ziwei attacks Angel and goes against the very person helping him. In the ensuing chase, Angel and Ziwei end up near a railing and are cornered by the phone. Ziwei strangles Angel, leaving her no option but to push him off the railing. This causes Ziwei's heart to go back to normal. It turns out that Angel also turns 28 today and is wearing the same ring. Since she pushed Ziwei, he turned into a human from an object, as it happened with the phone, the soap, and the goldfish. Now that he is no longer under the phone's control, she loses her mind. She sends a dumbbell to hurt them, but Angel creates a man out of a barbell to defend against the attack. In the following fight between the two objects, the barbell wins. Then, the phone uses a Japanese katana which defeats the barbell in no time. In retaliation, Angel transforms a Dao sword into a warrior who attacks the katana. They get into an intense battle at the end of which both weapons vanish. By now, the phone is in low power mode. Ziwei notices it charging through a cord and unplugs it, turning the phone into an actual phone and winning the fight. In the last scene, Ziwei and Angel are on the terrace watching over the city. They take off their rings, deciding that they are too dangerous to be practical. Ziwei asks Angel to be his girlfriend and the movie ends as they hold hands.